Hello guys, welcome again to the World of Life. Today we are going to talk about reproduction in living organism. Reproduction is actually the process by which organisms give birth to similar species to encourage the continuity of that particular species. Because if an organism does not actually give birth, the organism might go to an extent over time. So there is the need of reproduction so that the organism will be species will be able to survive or stand the test of time. So today we are going to talk about reproduction. We are going to talk about some key features in reproduction. Let's go. So as we have said earlier, reproduction is actually the process by which an organism gave birth to similar species to encourage the continuity of that particular species. So some characters or genes can be passed from one generation to another to encourage the inherited to encourage the organism that is born to survive, because that inherited attribute will enable the organism to survive to a particular environment. For instance, when an organism is born, because in a particular environment there is competition, there is succession. By competition, we mean the struggle of species or similar species in the particular environment. The competition might be either for food, for oxygen, for resources, okay, for survival, for instance, the sunlight and more. So, if a particular organism survive that particular life-threatening factors, it will now try to transfer that character to the next generation so that the next generation will be able to survive such choice. Okay, so some inherited attribute that can be able to transmitted from one generation to another are: number one is color, number two is structure. Structure is actually the general physical appearance of that particular organism. Number three is intelligence. Okay, how an organism is be able to run away from the predator or how they chase their prey. Okay, then their digestive structure, okay, is also inherited. And also remember that organism that survive succession, by succession is a, like I said before, a kind of trait that organism uses to survive a particular harsh environment. Okay, so uh, as we are in biology, we try to start from the smaller organism to a more complex ones. So in microorganism, for instance, like the protozoans and the bacteria, they reproduce only through simple diffusion. Okay, so by simple diffusion is a particular organism dividing into two daughter cells. Those two daughter cells later develop into an adult one. There is no exchange of gametes. There is no courtship. Okay, so the gene the other one have is actually divided into two. We call it haploid or N. By haploid means that that organism is actually made up of one particular parent. It is not actually two. Okay, so their gene structure or their chromosomal structure is called haplotic. Okay, because of they are made up of only one parent, not two. Okay, so again, you can see it in bacteria, you can see it in protozoa. Okay, so another organism that also reproduce through similar means is the fungi. Okay, they reproduce through budding. Through budding is their body break as they develop, they break bud. The bud will now fall on a particular environment and also try to grow again. Okay, That is another particular another pattern of reproduction, and another reproduction again is seen in similar little organism is called spores through spore. Okay, for instance, if an organism releases a spore, okay, a spore might be like a seed. It fall on a particular environment and germinate. Okay, so these are a kind of reproduction seen in little organism. Now, under spore formation can be haploid and also it can be diploid. Okay, by haploid means, like I said, it's from one parent, but from diploid means from two parents. Okay, for instance, before that particular, because some organisms have both male and female in one. Okay, they have both male and female in one. So when they are fertilizing to form a spore, they will fertilize within themselves. Okay, then when they fertilize within themselves, they produces spore. Okay, they produces spore and they release it into an environment that later develop into a new species. Okay, so the next time we are going to meet, we're going to talk about fertilization in higher organisms. Okay, so do follow me if you're not actually following me, and also share it with your friends as well to know their thoughts, and also comment your thoughts in the comment section so that for your thoughts, I will actually amend the video and then make it more suitable for you. Okay, see you in the next video.